What's up, investors? It's the Russian dude, as always, the one and only source of capitalistic communism and communistic capitalism. And welcome to another week of my live stream, where today I will be talking mainly about my portfolio, what I bought, what I sold, and all these transactions happened in the beginning of this week. So, like I mentioned in the title of this video, and if you've seen my Instagram story, this week I've spent around $10,000 buying stocks. You know, if you've been watching my previous videos where I'm always creating Armageddon, that everything is gonna crash, everything is gonna collapse, everything is so bad, it does not matter, because we cannot predict when this happens. The only thing we can predict is that the stock market will be most likely 99% higher where it is right now, 10, 15, 20, 30 years from now. For this reason, it is impossible to predict when the actual market recession or crash is going to happen. For this reason, it is just better to stay invested, stay your course, do the same investment analysis. All the stocks that you're buying must be good, long-term value plays, maybe some growth stocks as well, but you still have to stick to your game plan that you selected all the way since the beginning. And this week, like I said, I bought $10,000 worth of stocks, but $3,000 of this, it was my deposit. So $3,000 for brand new money, and $7,000 came from selling my one of the biggest positions. The one position that I sold is the ARK investment ETF. The ETF is the innovation ETF, which is ARKK. And the second position that I sold was the renewable energy group. And both these positions approximately gave me $7,000 more to invest. I'm not sure exact number, but I'm going to show you my spreadsheet, my everything, my buys and sells in a minute. And then if you want, I will give you the precise number of money that I spent in this week buying stocks. Okay, take it easy, bro. Dark times are coming. Pete Griswold, my favorite viewer, is here. Thank you so much, Pete, as always, for joining the live stream. Now we're waiting for Mr. Araya, because I know you two are my best investors. So once again, Pete, thank you so much for joining. Okay, so as always, today, by the way, I would like to make a little bit shorter stream, because usually I'm doing like, 1 hour streams, even though originally I was planning to make this approximately 30-minute updates. And always, every single live stream I've been doing was around 1 hour. But today I need to do 30-minute stream because I have some plans, which I need to do like around 5:15, which means that I already have like 27 minutes left approximately. So today we actually need to hurry up. And today, as always, I will go through my portfolio weekly performance to begin with, and then I will show you which stocks I sold, which stocks I replaced these sold positions with, and which are brand new companies that I bought. And once again, if you've been watching my previous streams, you might already know some of these companies. Okay, first of all, as always, let me log into Wealthsimple, which is my investment portfolio. And by the way, speaking about investment portfolios, this week I opened my third investment portfolio. The first investment portfolio is my regular one, TFSA, and the second one is the portfolio of my wife, which I'm managing both of them. I'm doing investments for both portfolios, it's as simple as that. And since my TFSAs, they have limits, which I already maxed both of them, now I have to invest through personal investment account. Okay, just give me a second, I'm already logging in, then I'll need to do my two-factor authentication stuff, and then we're gonna see how much money I made or lost during this week. But this week, portfolio gains or losses will not be 100% accurate because I did massive rebalancing. I bought something, I sold something, so all these percentage gains will not be accurate. For example, some of the companies that I bought on Monday, I cannot see their weekly performance because they have not been in my portfolio for more than a week yet. So, but we'll just get an idea. Okay, Pete, now stop bringing my stock down. Just kidding, just like Russiagate. I'm sorry for bringing down your investment speed, but that's how it is. Somebody loses, somebody wins, and money on the stock market goes from impatient to the ones who are patient. So just don't worry, Pete. Market is relatively okay right now. As soon as the money printing goes on, I don't think we're gonna crash significantly. Like, I will show you right now something that haven't been happening in so long time. I'm gonna share the screen right now really quick. Okay, as you can see, this is the S&P 500 ETF. This is the ETF for 500 biggest companies in the US. And as you can see, it is almost flat. It constantly goes up. It is almost flat. It's like this. So there has not been a significant correction, which was like 5% or more, for I think more than a year already. The last time the market dropped like 5% or so, let's see how much it dropped here, so only 4%. So this was the most significant market crash. Correction. And this happened in the end of October. So for almost 1 year, the stock market hasn't crashed for more than 5%. And this is the result of the money printing, basically. But okay, we have limited time, so let's get back really quick to my portfolio. So I'm gonna show you just one, and basically now I can show you two portfolios because my personal portfolio is reflected here as well. And my third portfolio, which is my wife's portfolio, which is the TFSA, it's exactly the same as this TFSA that I'm going to show you right now. So this week, as you can see, stocks were a little bit down, feeling under the weather. So I kind of lost $400, but that's okay because this week I've been buying, which means that this week some of the stocks that I was buying, they were a little bit discounted, which is once again good for me that exactly this week the stock market is down. And let's go over my positions really quick. Apple is down 3%, and Apple is a big part of my portfolio, so it basically brought down the whole portfolio, not significantly, but it took a big part of it. AbbVie, which collapsed last week, still continued its downtrend, and it's down 4% this week as well. So don't expect anything crazy this week. My majority of my stocks will be down this week. AMCR Amcor is down 3.6%, but that's okay, it's my dividend paying company. I'm not expecting it to go up and down significantly. The next one is Bank of Montreal. I'm up 10 cents on Bank of Montreal, so big gains. I'm gonna get some celebration going tonight. Okay, the next one is Caterpillar, and Caterpillar is, Caterpillar is down 2.9%. Not a big deal. I don't have too much in this, I think. Let's see how much is it. All-time performance, as you can see, it's almost 90%, so this 2% for me, it's not a big deal at all. So it is only a little bit less than 5% of my portfolio. I'm not going to be worried about that much anymore. Okay, Carnival Cruise Line is down 4.8%, 4.9%. Corsair, which I bought a little bit, is up 1.3%, which is, I guess, good. I bought it and then it went up and down and stuff like this. EOG, new company in my portfolio, I will talk about this in a while, is down 1%, but it's not accurate because I did not have this company for 1 week in my portfolio yet. So I cannot tell exactly how much it performed while I started having this. The next one is ETF for clean energy. It is down 4%, but once again, I bought this, Monday was what? Let me see really quick. Monday was September 6th. So I bought this, yes, almost at the very, no, I bought it on Tuesday because Monday markets were closed. Monday it was Labor Day in the USA and in Canada, so congratulations with the past Labor Day. So markets are open on Tuesday, and I bought this approximately in the middle of the day. So this is where I approximately bought my clean energy ETF. Yes, I'm down for it, but it's long-term plan. I'm going to explain it in a while. Okay, the next one is Intel. Intel is up 0.7%. That's surprisingly, but that's okay. Okay, the next one is China ETF Internet. Very interesting position. It is down 0.7%, and I'm gonna explain what this means in a while as well. Lockheed Martin, boring company, is down 3%, not a big deal. Southwest Airlines is down 2.9%, almost 3%. 3M company, also boring company, is down 5%. Wow, that's a lot. Nordic American Tankers is down 9%, but this company, almost 10%, but this company is only 1% of my portfolio. This was a pure speculative play. This is absolutely not a big deal for me. I'm only $1 up on this company since I bought it. So it absolutely doesn't matter for me that much. Nucor must be definitely down. It's correcting. Oh, it's only 3% down. I was expecting it's going to be more than 3% down. Store Capital, my REIT, real estate investment, is down 5%. That's okay, just dividend paying company. And another ETF for ESG companies, also new company for me, is down 1%, but once again, I bought it around this price. So this is down for me around only 1%, to be honest, a little bit less than it is right now. Okay, so this was my portfolio performance for this week, and another new personal portfolio. It has only 2 shares because I just started building this portfolio, so obviously never have a portfolio with only 2 shares in your investment portfolio basically. And these companies that I have right here is the Airbnb. Once again, I'll talk about this in a while. It is up 4.5%. And another one is one of my new favorite ones, is Silvergate Capital, which is down 7%, but I bought it right here approximately. So yes, I did lose like 5% of this investment already, but this is a long-term play, and I'll show you why it is such a cool company very, very soon. Okay, now speaking about companies that I bought and sold. So let's see first really quick the comments. Okay, Pete says, hey, that's well simple. Do you get the Russian trader discount that we Canadians enjoy? No, Pete. I wish I get this Canadian discount for Russians. Unfortunately, I do not get this discount, even though I wish so, because exchange rate on Wealthsimple, it's not the worst, it's not the best, but I wish I will be doing completely commission, exchange rate fee, free trading at all. This will be great. Okay, and Mr. Araya, we were waiting for you, so thank you so much for joining. My 2 favorite investors are all here as always, and by the way, if you want to be my 3rd favorite investor, just introduce yourself. It's not a big deal, just say hi in the chat, show up next stream. If I see you again, you're gonna become my 3rd favorite investor, and I want to collect this small group of I do not ever want to call you subscribers, followers, subs. I don't feel that close connection if anyone calls people who watch your work. I don't feel that there is a connection if you call your people, if your investors, your friends, subscribers. So I'm gonna always call you my favorite investors. Let's make a deal. Because in this way, I know that right now somebody is watching me, Pete, Mr. Araya, and I know that you're not just a subscriber. You're my favorite investor. And if you want to be one more, once again, just introduce yourself in the chat and join our small little company. Okay, I was thinking of getting a Chinese ETF, says Mr. Arai. Yes, it is risky, very risky, but in investing everything is high risk, high reward. Mr. Araya and Pete already saying hi to each other, so you see, that's what I'm talking about. We are building very, very small community already here. It's already 3 of us who already know each other, who say hi to each other almost every single stream. So once again, join us, feel free to join this investment community we're building here right now in front of your eyes. And Pete says, meh, Tencent looking bad for the next 5 years, but boom, exactly, Tencent, Alibaba, JD.com, it's crazy ups and downs, it's very volatile stocks, a very risky place, but once again, high risk, high reward. And Pete Grizz said, China cutting down on pro gamers. Yes, this is one of the things that they said. In addition to, like, last month, they prohibited to do private tutoring. Oh, Gabriel, what's up, Gabriel? Gabriel is gonna be our 3rd favorite investor. Gabriel, I know the guy, we met personally. So what's up, buddy? How are you doing? Thank you so much for joining. So Gabriel will be our 3rd favorite investor in this small community of investors. Thanks so much, Gabriel, for joining. So yes, last month China restricted private tutoring. This was last month. Then before this, they were always like anti-monopoly, prosecuting like Jack Ma, following him, trying to break his Alibaba and stuff like this and that. Another concern about China investing in Chinese stocks. And this week, yes, they prohibited every kid who is under 18 years old to play video games for more than 3 hours per week. And this only includes, I think, only on the weekends. So kids cannot play in China, kids cannot play video games on the weekdays. And you know, Chinese market for video games is one of the biggest ones. If you're watching Dota, for example, League of Legends, majority of pro Dota gamers, Dota players, majority of them, more than half of them, come from Chinese and from China, from Asian region. So cutting down this market of video games will have significant consequences on Chinese internet, not internet, but gaming, video gaming related industry for sure. But we see how it goes. Okay, investing buddies, perfect name, investing buddies, I like it. Not investing friends, investing buddies. Or investing dudes, for example. I cannot say dude, like how to say it, like I know you unfortunately cannot say me through the chat how to pronounce it, but I cannot say dude, like I'm sure it's not the correct way, but it's the Russian dude anyways. So, okay, investments. So this is my portfolio tracker. This is nothing professionally looking. This is very basic. This is what I'm using to decide what to buy, what to sell. All these things are available on my Patreon. No, I'm not saying you go subscribe to my Patreon like it's like $5 per month like this. No, because every single month when I'm going to buy stocks, I'm going to still show you these spreadsheets and everything. Basically, majority of stuff that's on Patreon, you will be able to see during my live streams. There are still a couple of more things that are available just for Patreons, like my updated watch list and stuff like this. But the main thing is this. Like spreadsheet, my working spreadsheet, my charts, all this kind of stuff, my portfolio performance, and all of this will be on YouTube every single month. So don't worry, I'm not forcing you to buy anything, to sell you anything, nothing like this. All transparent, we're just investing buddies, so I'm not gonna charge you money for being with me, being my friend. Okay, so as you can see, it will take hours to explain every single detail here, so I'll just go through the basics. Here is the company, sector, ticker, currency that the stocks are trading in, the price per share, how many shares I have, how many new shares I bought, new total portfolio percentage, change in comparison to the previous month, dividends, total dividends, dividend date, and all this kind of stuff basically, okay? But what you need to pay attention here is everything that's in green. These are the companies that I bought this Tuesday. Everything that's in red, these are the companies that I sold this Tuesday. In here, you can see how much money I had available in the beginning of this month to invest. So it was 3,045 Canadian dollars. $3,000 was the deposit and $45 was like dividends from the previous month mainly. And in addition to this, I sold like as a renewable energy group, which gave me $1,700 US. And I sold ARK Innovation ETF, which gave me $5,200 US. So if we add 5,200 plus 1,700, it's gonna give us 6,900. Interesting coincidence. Which approximately, as you can guess, let's even count to see how much money I had to see. Oh, I even invested more than $10,000 this week. So I under promised in my title of this live stream. I said that I invested $10,000, but in fact I invested almost $12,000. Well, under promise, over deliver. That's the case, okay? So, let me see really quick, like this, dude. Okay, Gabriel, I got you. Thank you for telling me how to pronounce dude. Now I know. So, China players account for 70% on all the planet's video game players. I get it. They are addicted. Lol. Exactly. That's what I'm exactly was saying. Majority of professional cyber sports, cyber gamers, whatever call it, cyber sportsmen, whatever call it. Majority of them, I would say half at least, are all from Asian region, mainly from China. In fact, if you go like somewhere like in Russia, in Canada, in the USA, if you're a nerd who is playing video games, you're not that popular guy, okay? Like you are all this like shy guy who cannot talk with girls and all this kind of stuff. In China, and this is true, in China, people who professionally play video games, they're almost like movie stars. So there are some video game players like Dota, Counter-Strike, League of Legends. They're famous, they're celebrities in China. So this is how much the Chinese people, they like to play video games. And this is pretty cool, to be honest. Once again, getting sidetracked here, and we have only like 30 minutes, maybe already, most likely already less than that. So let's get back to it. Okay. Hey, stop flexing my 10k. Okay, I promise I'm gonna stop flexing my 10,000. But okay, let's start with sales. The first company, the first position that I sold was the ARK Innovation ETF. If you've been watching my couple of last streams, I was raising lots of concerns that I do not agree with the mindset of the chief investment officer, and you might heard about her, Cathie Woods. And Gabriel, I know you are in my Patreon Instagram group, the one that I'm sending like daily news and stuff like this, so you already know exactly why I don't like her. But for Pete and for Mr. Araya and for 9 people watching me, it is absolute all-time record, 9 people watching. I'm gonna tell you really quick why I don't like ARK ETF and Cathie Wood specifically. Yes, she might be more smart than me. Yes, she has like thousands of employees or hundreds of employees working for her, analyzing stocks every single day professionally as their 9-to-5 job. So yes, they might be making more research about investing and everything, but investing, like less than 1% of successful investors are able to make more than 55% of their trades successful. So even though you have all the research in the world, you will still be approximately right in like 55 out of 100 trades that you're making. So there is almost no one who is right 80-90% of the time. It's impossible. If you're just gonna blindly invest in random stuff, you will be approximately under 50%. You're gonna be like 40-45%. So yes, you still need to do your research, but it's still gonna be pretty close to 50%. For this reason, getting rid of ARK, specifically because it's also actively managed fund, which means that the expense ratio is like 0.75%. So just for your making stupid decisions, I still have even to pay here every single year 0.75% of my overall investment just to her, just to make all these decisions. And okay, anyways, I got rid of this ETF because she was not following through on her words almost never. Like 1 month ago, she said, let's say, so I'm gonna get rid of Chinese companies because I don't believe in China anymore. Chinese stocks were like pretty relatively down. They were going down even more, and she was selling all these Chinese stocks almost at the very bottom. As soon as last week, I think, Chinese stocks went up like literally 10% in one day. Some of them went 15% in one day. The next day she was like, okay, I like Chinese stocks now again. So as she sold at the very bottom, as soon as the price went up 15%, she's like, I'm buying again. She bought it, it was relatively flat, and then stocks started going down again, and she's like, okay, I don't believe in Chinese stocks anymore again. And then she sold again at the very bottom. This is just one of the things why I don't like the mindset of her, buying high, selling low. And this is just one of the few things that I still don't like about her. I just decided to get rid of it. I locked in approximately 10% gain on this position. It's not much because I had this in my portfolio for like 9-10 months. So, and I only got like 10% out of it. So this is approximately the average stock market return, a little bit higher than this. But stock market in the same period gave more than 10%, gave like approximately 20%. So just holding your eye underperformed the stock market, but still, at least I got some my money back and a little bit on top. So I got rid of this company, and instead I replaced it with ESG ETF. And I also replaced the one which is here, and I'm gonna show you in a while what it means, and the Chinese internet ETF. ESG ETF is this one, is the ticker symbol is SUSA. These are the ESG companies, environmental, social, and governance. These are the companies that do recycling, that promote like equal pay, that promote equal, how it's called, like equal future. I don't know, I just forgot the name, the word in English, whatever. They promote that you should hire all races, all genders, everyone should supposed to have equal rights and all this kind of stuff. And also they promote transparency, the financial documents, like doing good accounting and all this kind of stuff. So these are, let's say, so good companies. And these are the companies here, the biggest companies that I have is that they have inside this ETF is Apple, Microsoft, Google, Nvidia, Home Depot, BlackRock, Tesla, unfortunately, 3M Company, Johnson, Texas Instrument, and so on. There are 198 in these companies, and the best way of looking at this is that these are the best companies from the S&P 500. S&P 500 obviously has 500 companies, and this has 198 of the best of these 500 companies. And because ESG is a huge trend in North America, at least, everyone is concerned about like global warming and all this kind of stuff, recycling. I believe that these are the companies that will be in bigger demand in the future. So this trend, we might just start seeing it developing. It's obviously not financial advice or anything like this. Do your own research. I personally believe in this, that ESG is not the future, but it's going to be a very big contributing factor for investors in the future to see if the company is ESG graded company. And so once again, I do believe in this. I own how much? Let's see. I own pretty decent size of it. I own $3,500 in this position, so it is 9% of my whole portfolio is in this ETF. So basically I put my actions where my words are. If I say I like it, I'm gonna invest in it. So I replaced 70% of ARK from $5,100. I bought 70% of this, which is approximately $3,500. I bought of this ESG ETF, and as you can see, the performance is almost exactly the same as the S&P 500. As you can see, if you remember, I was showing you VOO S&P 500 performance. I don't have it open anymore. It's still this flat line up or uptrend. Okay, so this was the first one. Let me see if there are any questions. No ETFs. I will never buy an 8-bit. No, it's not. ETF is the basket of investment. What you're talking about, 8-bit pictures, it's NFTs, and I do not have NFTs. I'm also very concerned about what's so cool about them. I kind of understand when NFT follows along with some real life advantages. For example, in the very beginning of NFT hype, like 3-4 months ago, Logan Paul created like NFT, or not Logan Paul, but this famous Steve Aoki, DJ. He created an NFT, and if you buy his NFT, every year you can be invited to his party, to be partying with Steve Aoki. And this is the NFT that, okay, kind of makes sense. You're kind of buying the ticket for annual parties with Steve Aoki. But when you're just buying pictures, this I still don't get it. And I do not have NFTs, and I'm disagreeing with why they're costing so much, and I'm definitely not gonna spend $15,000-$20,000 on a picture, at least for now. But I'm always keeping my mind open for everything, but not for now. Okay. ETF are like crypto support group. No ETFs, I'll never buy an 8-bit picture for 50,000 Mao. Well, some NFTs, they go for millions of dollars. Time will tell. Yeah, but you don't want a huge company. You want a new company with assets like Greenlane Renewable. I not you, lol. Greenlane Renewables, yes, it's a small company. You know, the smaller the company, Pete, is, the more volatile and the more risky it is. So Greenlane Renewables might go up 40% in 1 month, but it might as well lose 40% in 1 month. So if your risk tolerance allows you to be holding these shares, go ahead. I'm not gonna hold you. If you did your own research and you think you're ready for these risks, go ahead, like invest, and very much good luck to you, investing buddy. I'm really hoping that this can give you like double-digit growth, but like just be careful. It's very risky, and still keep track of this company. Every month at least read some more news, keep track of this, what's going on, trends in the industry and all this kind of stuff. Okay, so next one is the Chinese ETF. So I sold ARK. 70% of ARK position was transferred into ESG companies ETF, and 30% was transferred to Chinese ETF, which is the ticker symbol is KWEB. And this is Crane Shares China Internet ETF. China is down a lot. As you can see, I'll show you from here. Chinese ETF, and this is exactly the same ETF, is down more than 40% from its all-time high, not all-time highs, but from March, from 6 months ago, okay? From 6 months ago, Chinese ETF is down 40%. There is a lot of regulations, lots of uncertainty on Chinese market, but the Chinese companies, these ones that this ETF has, and I'm gonna show you also these companies as well right now. The biggest holdings in this ETF are Tencent, Alibaba, JD.com, Pinduoduo, Meituan, Fulltrack, Trip.com, Baidu, NetEase, Bilibili. So Bilibili, if I'm not mistaken, is the video games related company. Alibaba is basically Amazon, and JD.com and Tencent, I think, it's the ones which are like, it's Baidu, and JD.com is like some kind of like, let's say, so Chinese Google in some way. So this is basically biggest companies, one of the biggest companies in China, and they've been down so much. And yes, they might go down even further, but now their multipliers like PE ratio and all this kind of stuff are so undervalued, and their financials are so good, which basically means that if Chinese government will stop prosecuting, will stop being so hard on them so much, there is a very good chance that we just might see a very good rebound of this ETF. So for now it's unknown, because Chinese government is unpredictable. You never know what this communist is gonna do. Like I wish I had some communist past in my life or something like this to tell me exactly what communists think. I wish I was born in Russia or anything like this, but unfortunately I do not know what communists might do in the future. For this reason, I only allocated like 30% of my ARK cell investment, so it's only $1,500 I allocated to this ETF, and this is kind of my one of the riskiest place in this industry. And as you can see, this ETF in this one day is down 1%, so it is pretty risky, so make sure you do your own research. And I did not want to just buy 1-2 Chinese companies, because you never know when is the next company is going to be targeted. That's why I just bought ETF for Chinese stocks. Okay. Pete says, and this is my extra money, I like have zero emotions attached. Exactly, this is how you need to do. When you're buying something very risky, always it must be with the money that you can afford to lose. Because if this is the money for your next rent payment, if this is your food, groceries money, clothes, and you know that if you lose this money, you will not be able to pay rent, this will absolutely make you feel devastated, you will not be able to sleep. Just use the money that you can afford to lose, and that's it. That's more than enough. So good job, Pete. I'm absolutely approve this strategy. And by the way, that money is not a lot. So that's more than enough. If it's $100, $200, stock is like what, $2 per share or something like this. Just if you want, continue holding it. If you have risk tolerance for this, keep doing this. And once again, good luck to you. Not financial advice as always. Okay. The next one I sold Renewable Energy Group. This is the biodiesel company. And the one which I replaced this company with, and the renewable energy, it was almost $1,700 of my portfolio was in this company. Just give me a second. Okay. Okay, I'm back in the game. So this is the Renewable Energy Group. The ticker is REGI. $1,700 was in this company, and this is the biodiesel company. I sold it. This was one of the biggest losses in my portfolio. This company made me lose $700. So you know, you've been watching maybe some other finance YouTubers. They're like saying, I made $10,000 with Tesla. I made $500 with Palantir. I'm saying I lost $700 with Renewable Energy Group, and that's okay, because we're investing buddies. Like, I'm not once again selling you anything. I don't even have anything to sell. I'm just being absolutely transparent with you. I will talk about my losses. I will talk about my gains, and this is, like I said, so far been my biggest loss. This company made me lose $700. My portfolio is still approximately up 20%. Like 25-30%, I don't know. I haven't been tracking it for a long time already, like in percentage points, but still $700 hurts, obviously. And the reason I bought it is because I tried to guess what's gonna be the next fuel in the future. So some people say it's electro energy, some people say it's wind energy, some people say it's water energy, hydrogen, and all this kind of stuff. I thought, why not biodiesel? At this moment, I did not do too much research about this company. Like, yeah, I know biodiesel is like basically when you make French fries and then you can use this oil. Basically, you recycle it and all this kind of stuff. I'm not sure about the process. I'm not a chemistry related person. But long story short, you use this stuff and then it becomes the fuel. So like this has very low chances of becoming the future energy of the world. And I just decided to sell it. Like I said, I lost $700 on it. And after I sold it, it still started to go down. So if I sold it later, I would still lose like even $100 more or something like this. So yes, I did lose. I fixed my loss, but I did not lose more than I could have lost. And instead of trying to guess the next future energy, I decided to buy ETF for almost the whole renewable energy industry in the world. Not in entire world, obviously, but like one of the biggest players in this industry. And this is the ETF that I bought. I bought ETF, which is called ICLN, ticker symbol iClean, basically. IHS Global Clean Energy ETF. As you can see, two major words here, global and clean. So which means that this ETF, once again, first of all, let me show you countries that it has. It does not have just US. As you can see, only 37% of companies in this ETF, they come from the US. 6% come from Canada, and second biggest is from Denmark, 15.5%. They also have China, Spain, Portugal, Italy, UK, Germany, Austria, not Australia. Brazil and South Korea. Oh, maybe North Korea, but I don't know. So as you can see, this is not just diversification across different types of clean energy, because it has all of them, almost all of them. It also has diversification across different countries, and these are the main solar energy, obviously, as well. And these are 10 biggest holdings, and there's 103 companies in this ETF. Vestas, Ørsted, Enphase and Next Era Energy are the two companies that almost everyone, I would say, heard about. Excel Energy, Iberdrola, SolarEdge, I also heard about this. Enel, Plug Power, definitely everyone heard about this. And SSE. So these are the biggest companies, biggest sources. The reason for me buying this ETF is that I stopped guessing the next biggest energy in the world, and I just bought every single big company that produces renewable energy. And I mean clean energy. Okay, so these were my replacements. And now let me see in the chat really quick. Okay, and this is my... Okay, Pete, buy something I don't need to invest in. Buy something I don't need or invest it. Obviously invest. Always invest money. If you have something, if you have some free money, always try to invest this money. Like... If it's something good like S&P 500 ETF for like 10 years, 20 years, definitely invest. If this is just speculative play, it is almost like gambling. Like there is almost impossible to predict where the stock is going to be next month, next week, next year even. You can kind of have an idea, but you cannot predict it for sure. But if you know it's S&P 500, 15 years from now, 99% of the time it's going to be higher than it is right now. So, and definitely when there is a selection between something you don't need and investing, definitely invest. Okay, by the way, hey, you're not a guru. I like your style. Thanks so much, Pete. I'm not gonna show you next 5 biggest stocks in the world are gonna be this, and that. And this is my Palantir, and I made $10,000 on this in 1 second. You most likely will, not most likely, you will never hear stuff like this on this channel. Mr. Raya says, don't worry, I have lost recently too. That's okay, like losses makes us closer. So that's okay. You lost, I lost, now we both lost, and you know, like it makes us feel even closer after this. Gabriel says, that's life, right? We have all been there and will be again. Hopefully no though. I hope so too. And Pete says, that's crypto and my greens. One day you have 1,000, the other you're even low. Exactly. And next week stream I will speak about crypto, I would say, because Solana, the one which I was speaking about a couple of weeks ago. So last time we spoke about Solana, it was up 200, I think, and 56%. So Solana reached all the way approximately 420% or something like this last week. So still Solana is up more than 300, almost 400%, and I only had like $250 in Solana before this massive increase. So obviously I wish I had more, but I'm just enjoying the rally right now. I know it is not sustainable. Solana most likely will go down because people will start taking their profits, but it has just been a very nice ride, seeing your investment going 400% in 1 month. Not sustainable. It most likely will never happen within the next 5-10 years, so don't even worry about losing on this opportunity. Okay, really quick new companies that I bought. The next one I bought is Silvergate Capital, and these are new companies. These are not replacement, these are brand new companies. Silvergate Capital. This is the bank, and this is not your traditional bank. This is the bank that, and this is also down, because I like to buy companies which are down significantly from their all-time highs. So as you can see, its highest price was approximately in the middle of April, and since then the price is down 33%. So basically I picked up it not at the very bottom. I'm not sure where the bottom is. Still it might go down, but right now it's relatively flat since then. So I bought this stock with 33% discount, which makes you feel great because company is great fundamentally. Revenue is up, operating income is always up, net income goes up, everything is very, very good for this company, first of all. And one of the biggest things I like about it is its business model. This is a bank once again. But this bank deals with cryptocurrencies, and one of the major clients of this bank are major crypto exchanges such as Binance, Coinbase, Gemini, and all these like major crypto exchanges you probably even heard about. I just cannot think about them right now. Kraken and all this kind of stuff. Okay, so all these crypto exchanges are clients of this bank. So this bank is almost like a monopoly in terms of crypto banking industry. And what it does is that it allows to do exchanges like between US dollars and let's say so Bitcoin. It all allows to do it instantly exchanges. For example, if you ever bought Bitcoin, real Bitcoin, it takes approximately 30 minutes for the transaction to be completed because it needs to be on the blockchain, needs to be Bitcoin miners need to approve your transactions, verify transactions, all this kind of stuff. It takes approximately 30 minutes from the time you press buy until Bitcoin entering your wallet. Sometimes can be less, sometimes can be more. Okay, and I get signals that I need to finish already quick, unfortunately. So looks like we might need to split this stream in 2 parts, unfortunately. Next week I will tell you once again about my buys and sells. But really quick, Silvergate Capital, no, let's just keep it for the next week. I'm so sorry about this. I told you since the beginning I will need to make it quick today. Once again, it's been already 40 minutes, even though I targeted only 30 minutes. So I'm so sorry, buddies, investing buddies. So sorry about cutting it so suddenly and so short. But I really right now need to go. So let's just continue next week. This will be the second part of the stream. And I will tell you my next companies that I bought and sold basically this week. So I'm so sorry about cutting this right now. I just have to go. Thanks so much for joining. Thanks so much, Pete. Thanks so much, Mr. Araya. Thanks so much, Gabriel. I'm hoping to see you next week. If you cannot join, this stream will be recorded, so you will be able to see it later. But I'm just so sorry I have to go. And until next time.